Sorry about the interruption. I did get a little emotional when I started talking about my grandmother. It's something that has taken me, it's been like maybe 12 years she's been gone, maybe at least over 10, but it's like it was yesterday. But actually, it was an Amber Alert that popped up on my phone because I am recording from my phone. So that was interruption, but I did have time to clear my eyes from tears because I get really teary eyed even just the thought of her because even now she's with me as I speak to you. So it was a beautiful upbringing because I mean my grandma was my mom. She's my mother, and we did everything together. From my grandmother was illiterate, so and as a little girl at 4 or 5, I didn't know what that meant or what that was. But every day she would take me to the library with her, and she went to literacy classes, and that's how I learned how to read. So me and my grandmother learned how to read together. And even though she didn't know how to read, she had common sense because she still owned houses and know how to drive a car, had a driver's license. Because I said, Grandma, well, if you don't know how to read, how you know how to drive? She said, one day somebody was sick and I was the only person to take them to the hospital. So I just asked God to show me how to do this. And so she just remembered whatever she saw other people doing and been driving ever since. So she raised me basically on the structure of even if you don't have a lot of education, you can still make it and you can still become successful having the right type of heart and intentions for sure. Because let me tell you, we took hold, we took care of. That's why I had to repeat it. We took care of the whole neighborhood. I don't care if we was in Oak Park, Sacramento, or Elk Grove, Sacramento, or even in St. Louis, even if we had to drive cross country to Baltimore, Maryland. I don't care where we had to go. Wherever we went, my Stockton Modesto series, wherever we went, wherever we went for church revivals, wherever we went, we touched the community. My grandmother, she ended up like blessing someone, helping someone, being a guy, like being someone's conscious, some advice to a young lady who needed help with a situation. Like that's what I saw growing up. My grandma was a pillar. She still is. Even my elementary, middle school, church friends, they won't even let me forget. I will never forget, but they know how close me and my grandmother was. So they respect that level of it, but they realize who my grandma was to them. So they like, dang, your grandma was special to me. Even though they probably didn't realize as kids. But as adults, they definitely told me. And it means a lot to me. So, I really wish she was here, like physically, to, enjoy the fruits of my labor and the work that I put in, because I definitely did it for us. And all the sacrifices that I made, I did it for us. And I definitely wanted her to be able to live like very comfortable because she deserved it. All the work she put in, leaving from Arkansas with her mother and her sisters, making it to St. Louis, making it out of St. Louis to California, getting married to a well-to-do family, a well-to-do man who was educated and actually got my grandmother educated and very, accomplished and belonging to organizations that, she just did a lot. Like her hobbies, bowling league, she had Greek friends, like, like, so when I talk about my morals, my integrity, these are things that my parents, my grandparents, like, instilled in me, like, from day one. Like, it was not even like I even had a chance to like when I went off into the world and did what I wanted to do or what I felt was right or learning by my mistakes and living life through my path by my decisions, I quickly saw what they were trying to protect me from. And they couldn't protect me from everything. I still went through a lot, even though I grew up with all this discipline, integrity, morals. And that's what basically a scripture in the Bible says, as you train a child up, down, they They may steer their path, but they're gonna get back on because it's just what was instilled in them from childhood. Like they're gonna find the right way. They're gonna get back, and that's basically what happened with me because I still am. I still lead with love and light, and I still am a social butterfly as far as like happy go lucky, want to help people. I want to be in a, like, just be a servant of God, like do God's work, and because His work has happened to me, I'm a living miracle of the good things that has happened to me since I've been here on this earth. So I've been spared. So with me being spared, I'm basically extending that same type of warmth, tenderness, understanding, overstanding to somebody who might be going through something that I've never been through or something that I did go through. So it's a no judgment zone when it comes to that, because when I look at them, I'm like, shoot, they don't even know I was there. I was probably even deeper than they are right now, but I was there. So I'm happy I don't look like what I've been through. I'm happy that I have been kept. I'm happy that I've been preserved. And I'm happy I have a second chance. Maybe a third, fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth, nine. Who knows? But I'm still here, and I'm grateful to be here. And every day I live, I'm going to make the best out of it. And that is exactly why I'm talking to you now, because I'm not going to let anybody speak for me and tell my truth. I'm going to tell my truth. Not just tell my truth, but show where I come from and where I'm at and where I'm going. So it's a process. And then I look at the process, it's very hermosa. It's very beautiful, I really wouldn't change a thing. My childhood memories, from me even having a nanny, Miss Marie. My grandmother, she even had a nanny for me. The lady, Miss Marie, every day after school, she'd babysit me, because I think my grandma, she had business to go take care of, so I had a babysitter after school, Miss Marie. This lady, she drank hot tea with lemon with me every day. We'll watch stories. I help her in her garden. And of course, she was like older than my grandmother. This lady was my nanny. So Miss Marie, she's so sweet. Like, rest in peace, Miss Marie. Like, I love Miss Marie. She's still around me too. Like, Miss Marie was like, she was like how my grandmother was my mother. Miss Marie was my grandmother. Yes, especially in Oak Park. Yeah, San Jose Way. Yeah, Miss Marie was my grandmother. Because my grandmother was my mother. So it was crazy. And then my mother was like my sister, because she would come around. Then my mama, which is my grandma, looking like I'm her mama when you're not here. So ain't going to change when you come around. And my grandma was not playing, because she didn't want me to learn, worldly ways when she's teaching me a structured way. Even though I might be exposed to it, I might see it on TV, or I might, see it on the news. No, she's keeping me on a straight, narrow path, because she knows what she wants. She knows where she sees the potential for her granddaughter to be in life, which she's treating me like a daughter. Nothing less than that. My father, he didn't play no games. If I was scared of some people on this earth, besides God himself, it'd be my grandmother, that's rest in peace, my other grandma that's still alive, and then my daddy. Them people right there, I talk. If I'm gonna talk smack, it's gonna be at a distance. I'm gonna be like out of town, over the phone, text messages, nowhere where they could. Not me, baby. I'm not gonna play with them. And then they wonder where I get my little snarkiness and my sharp tongue and my mouth from. I get it from y'all. And let alone who my mama's side is. On my mama's side, my grandma and them, they really had a mouth. They was not playing. So I had to learn how to tame my tongue. Tame my mouth, tame my tongue, tame my thoughts, tame my energy, tame everything, because I had to look at the bigger picture and be grateful just to be here, regardless of the situations, regardless of what happened, regardless of a lot of things that transpired, because no one's to blame. No one's to blame. Because what they say, if you knew better, you would do better. Now that I know better, trust me, the upgrade is serious. It's not even, like, I'm not talking about upgrade like, because I've been having cars, houses, all these things, trips around the world. I've been doing these things. So that's, when I say upgrade, I'm talking about upgrade in an internal way, like from inside out, like my actions, how I move, my intentions, my thoughts. Like, even if I don't like something, I don't like the way somebody did me, or I don't like the action towards me, my next thought is, I got to forgive them. And I forgive them because they don't know what they did. Because if they was conscious of it, they probably wouldn't did it. If they was conscious of the repercussions that would come behind it. So I just forgive them, because if I don't forgive them, then I'm not leading with love. Because whatever their actions did, it don't have nothing to do with me. Even if it did affect me, that's short term, because I still have my life. I got my fingers, toes. I'm healthy. I'm whole. Like, it didn't affect my entity. Anything like materialistic, you better ask somebody. I will get it again. I'm not the one. I'll give it away. And I will go get it again. Like, almost the same day. So, it's not nothing materialistic for me. That always been something natural comes from me, because I've always been working since I was like 5 years old with my grandmother. And then from 5 years old, I had my first job under the table with Miss Boss Lady, Joy Abram, from the age of 14 years old, which I was really her intern, which I was grateful because it was a paid internship, because real estate was one of my go-to careers that I did after high school and during high school. So that was really fun for me to learn that industry and be a part of that. My daddy, nah. I mean, he was a young father. He's still young, obviously. But he did the best he could as far as like knowing what he knew and not trying to, I guess, be like his father. But sometimes, we still end up being like the person we don't want to be like. Like, I've caught myself plenty of times acting just like my father, acting just like my mother. And Lord knows, I don't want to be them. But then when I accept that I came from them, they're a part of me, some of my mannerisms, my facial features, everything. When I wake up and look in the morning, I don't see me. I see my mom and my daddy. All day, every day, I see them. So I'm grateful that they put me together. I text my dad sometimes. I say, Dad, thank you. You made a beautiful daughter. Because sometimes you don't know, how other people perceive you. And then, because especially if you're not moving based off of physicality, anything exterior, you're just moving off of the vibrations, how you feel inside and who you are on the inside. And that's basically how I was raised. My daddy, then my grandmother, them, they was not on none of that. They was like, okay, you could be cute, but you're going to have, my grandpa would be like, you're going to use your hat for more than just a hat rack. You're going to have some brains. You're going to be smart. My father would tell me, you're going to be the most thorough woman to walk the face of this universe. I'm like, Dad, that's a big word. What are you talking about thorough? Go look it up. So now I know what thorough means, because he's embodying that in me. He's speaking that over his child's life. So me not even understanding, putting myself in situations, trying to achieve a goal to accomplish at such a young age, so I could be retired by a certain age. And also retire my parents, my grandparents, certain family members and friends who have helped me along the way and supported me in my endeavors and whatever it is that I wanted to do. Like, definitely, like, look out for them as well. My mentors, whoever it is that I know in my soul, like, no, they helped me stay alive. They were angels sent from God. Like I'm grateful for that. I'm even grateful for where I'm at now. My sister, she invited me to be here in Houston, and I'm here. It's been an uplifting situation as far as like even just getting things off me, like expressing to her how I feel about things, her expressing to me how she feel about things, agreeing to disagree, So I'm really in a safe space as far as like mentally, physically, and spiritually, and it feels really good, because this is something that I strive for and I work for every day, because sometimes things happen. Sometimes you may not be everybody's cup of tea. Sometimes people may not be able to understand your personality and think that like, oh, you're trying to show us up, or oh, you're trying to do this. And it's not even that. It's just that they can't handle that you do shine, and that you do have a natural shine, and that you don't have to do much, So, and I'm going to leave that to them, and I forgive people for whoever they feel towards me. I mean, I have nothing to do with that. My hands are up. I'm up. I'll give you a hug. All I can do is give you some love, smooch it, toodles. So, I'm just grateful to be here and enjoying this experience, what we call life. I'm going to make the most out of it every day. And I'm going to work for me. No, I take that back. I work for God. People ask me, who you work for? Who you work for? I look in the crowd and I say, look, I work for God. then I work for me. And if I had a husband, I might work for him. But number one, I work for God. Number one. And when I say I might work for my husband, because my husband, it comes natural. I'm always obviously going to be his wife and do things, my wifely duties, and of course he does his husband duties, you know, his honey-do list. Yeah, that's a joke. But it's for real though. All I have to say with that note is thank you for being here with me and understanding why I strive myself off of, you know, dignity, integrity, discipline, morals, values, like tradition. I'm like, I can't even describe like how traditional I am. I'm very traditional, and then not even just that, like I come up with my own holidays. Like I know it sounds kind of weird, but I just like to celebrate and have a good time because I grew up in a family. Every Friday was Fish Friday. And every Friday, every weekend, we had a party at our house. Somehow. It wasn't even supposed to be a party. But it turned into a party. A neighborhood block party. I'm talking about especially when the summertime hit. Every weekend. Every weekend. And if we wasn't at our house, we was definitely at somebody's house doing the same thing we would have been doing at our house. Having a block party and having a fish fry. So, I like the traditions and the values that I grew up with. Some of them, I mean, that's why I'm alive. Because that discipline and structure, when I had to regress back and think back like, okay, what to do in a time like this? I dive back to how I was raised, and that's what saved my life. So, I mean, you have to have discipline and structure. Even if you didn't, your parents didn't raise you like that, you have to create that for yourself, some type of routine, because that creates success in whatever it is that you want to do. And levels of success doesn't have nothing to do with money. Levels of success is happiness, contentment, being comfortable, but not too comfortable to advance whatever you want to advance in. So, the pursuit of happiness could be the simplest things, like buying something for your mother or your father, or, you know, just seeing them smile, cooking a meal for somebody, your favorite meal, or sending someone some flowers or anything like that. Like, those are the type of things that are natural happiness, not based on self-loathing and trying to siphon people's energy because you feel bad about yourself, so now you're trying to make another person feel bad about themselves. That's not, no, we're not vibing on that at all. So we're gonna keep being on a motivated level as far as reconstructing our life every day to be better. Restoration. Doing what makes us feel happy, whether it's a facial routine, cleaning our body routine, cleaning our house routine, jogging or exercising, playing some type of sport, playing some type of board game or chess games, anything that's sharpening the mind, whether it's listening to an audio book or a documentary or anything like that, to make you challenge yourself, make you more aware of what's going on around you at the same time, and also give you things that you didn't know. So I'm not the type of person that would be like, oh, some inquisitive information or some information passed by me and I don't want to know about it. No, I want to know because I want to know what I don't know. I mean, I don't know everything. So if I don't know something, so I can hear it. So now that I heard it and then I did my research on it, now I know about it. So that's what that is for me. I'm going to end this on here because I don't want to start talking about another subject. I just want to keep it on one subject. And I'm really happy that I was able to tell you about myself and my integrity. So because you're going to see me still being human. You're going to still see me being myself, but at the same time within integrity, morals, and values, because I strive on being elegant, eloquent, and exquisite, because I am exquisite, I am elegant, and I am eloquent. This is what I exude everywhere I go, no matter what. So thank you. Toodles. Have a good evening.